Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tessie. Today we're going to be recreating this top. If you're new to my channel, you're welcome. If you're yet to subscribe, kindly do that and let's get right into the video. For this tutorial, I'll be making use of this fabric. It's called a linen and I'm making use of 3.5 yards. So guys, I won't be using the freehand to cut this. I'm going to be using my pattern paper because I don't want the fabric to get stained. So I have my pattern paper. I'll go ahead now to draft out my measurement. So this is an off shoulder, so you minus 1.5 inches or 2 inches from your normal shoulder measurement when making an off shoulder. Then you place your shoulder divided by 2. Then it depends on how off you want it to be. So I'm taking 6 inches off. From that point, I'm going to chalk my chest line. Then I'll come down to the bust point line, my under bust, my half length, and then for the top length I'm making use of 25 inches. I added extra 1 inch for joining allowance, which made it 26 inches. So I'll go ahead now to connect my lines. So guys, I have the chest line, the bust point line, the under bust line, my half length, and then my top length. So what we'll be doing next is placing our nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2 plus half inch. So I have 4.5 inches plus half inch, that's 5. So I'll go ahead now to chalk 5 inches and then connect it all the way down. So I'll be taking the dart. So at the under bust area, at this point I'll take 1 inch for my dart, and this other point I'll be taking 2 inches because the bust I'm working with is a bigger bust. So I'll go ahead now to connect my lines all the way down. Then I'll use my curve ruler to curve my lines to the bust point line, coming down by half inch to eliminate pointiness. So at the chest line area, I'll be using 0.75 on each part. So guys, I have several videos on how to perfectly draft out a bustier, so just click on that video and you understand. So I'll go ahead now to connect my lines. So I'll go ahead now to place my measurement and then replace back the dart we took. So at the chest line area, I'm going to replace the dart, and then at the chest line, my bust divided by 4, replace the dart here and add 2 inches for my sewing allowance. At the under bust, my under bust measurement divided by 4, replace back the dart and then I'll add 2 inches. I'll do the same thing at the waist divided by 4, replace back the dart plus 2 inches. At the top length, I'll be placing my hip measurement divided by 4. I'll replace the dart, and then we're going to be adding extra 2 inches for ease and then 2 inches for our sewing allowance, which is total of 4 inches. So I'll go ahead now to add the 4 inches at that point. What I'll be doing next is connecting my lines together. So at the center front, I'll come down by 1 inch for the sweetheart effect. So it depends on how deep you want yours to be. Then you blend it and then blend to the armhole as well. At the bust point area, I'll be coming down by 1 inch for the bust dart. So I came down by 1 inch, and then from this point I'll slant it all the way down here. So we're good to go. I'll go ahead now to cut out my bustier. After cutting out the bustier, you also cut out the bust dart at that area, and then you place it this way and then you pin it just to hold it in place. So guys, we're good to go with this. We're going to be cutting out the back. So for the back, I have my pattern paper. As you can see, I'll chalk 2 inches for my zipper allowance. So I chalked 2 inches and connected it all the way down. So what I'll be doing next is, the back is a bit down, so the off shoulder I will be taking out for the back is going to be my armhole area, which is 8.5 inches. So I took 8.5 inches off. From that point, I'll place my half length measurement, and then you take the top length, which is 25, plus 1 inch for sewing allowance, which is 26. So I'll go ahead now to connect my lines. So this will serve as my chest line. This will serve as my waistline, and then my top length. So at the chest area, I'm going to be placing my bust measurement divided by 4. That's after the zipper allowance. My bust divided by 4. I chalked it down there and also added 2 inches for the sewing allowance. At the waist area, I'll place my waist measurement divided by 4 plus 2 inches for my sewing allowance. Then at the hip area, I'll be placing my hip measurement divided by 4 plus extra 2 inches for ease. and then 2 inches for my sewing allowance, which is 4 inches. So you go ahead, place your hip divided by 4 plus extra 2 inches, and then also 2 inches for your sewing allowance. So I'll go ahead now to connect my line. For the zipper bulge at the waistline, I'll come in here by 0.75, then I'll slant it all the way down, then slant it all the way up. I'll indicate this as my zipper allowance. So I'll go ahead now to cut out my fabric. So guys, we're good to go. I'll go ahead now to cut out my fabric. So I've gone ahead to cut out the fabric, and I've cut out the lining piece as well. So I'll go ahead now to add my paper stay on it. After adding my paper stay on it, I'm going to be joining the main fabric separately and the lining separately. So I'll go ahead now to place them right side facing each other, and then stitch using 1/2 inch all the way down. So I'll also be doing the same thing on this other side as well, and then I will be stitching the lining piece as well. So guys, after stitching them together, this is what it looks like. You can see that I added my paper stay on my fabric. So guys, I'll go ahead now to join the lining and the main fabric together. I'll place them right side facing each other, and then I'll be closing the top part and also close the down part as well. So guys, for the back, I've gone ahead to hold the dart. So what I'll be doing next is joining the lining and the main fabric together. So I'll place them right side facing each other. I'll be closing the top part, the zipper allowance area, and the down part. I'll do the same thing for this side as well. So guys, I've gone ahead to join and then close the zipper allowance area for now. So I'll be joining the front and the back together. I've gone ahead to pin my fabric together, and then I'll be shaping my dress. After shaping, I've gone ahead to open up the zipper allowance area, and then I've weaved, and then I'll give it a very good press. After doing that, we're going to be working on the stylish stuff at the down parts. So guys, you can go ahead now to map out how you want your stylish effect to look like. So I'm just trying to like sketch, and then I want the one that is dropping should come down like 5 inches, and then it's going to come down at the back also like 5 inches. So I have total of like 30 inches. So now I'm going to use my pattern to sketch out how it will be. So let's say we have 30 inches, so you just curve this part, and then you curve this other part as well. So you repeat same thing here, you curve here, and then you curve here, so it has like this leaf effect. So I'll go ahead now to cut it, and then this is what it looks like. I'm just trying to give you an illustration. So on the main fabric, I have 4 inches wide and 30 inches long. So I'm just going to curve this like I explained on the pattern. So you curve this to have like a leaf effect, and then you curve this other side as well. So I'll go ahead now to cut out this part. So guys, I'm going to be needing 2 pieces because my fabric is not thick, so I'll be cutting extra one just to have that one like a lining. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So guys, I've gone ahead to cut out the lining piece, and I reduced the wideness of the fabric. So I'll add paper stay to it, and then after doing that, I'm going to get my rope, add my rope at this point, and then stitch it all around and add the rope at this other point as well. So we'll open it up from somewhere here. So like I said, I added paper stay to my fabric. So I'll place this here, and then place the lining on the main fabric. As you can see, I'll go ahead now to stitch. So guys, we'll stitch this part following the shape. So I'm going to stitch it all around. So just watch what I'm doing. So when you get to somewhere here, just double stitch, leave a small opening, because you're going to be turning it from that point. So after double stitching, leave a small opening, and then you stitch it all the way to the other end. And mind you, we're going to be adding another rope at this end as well. So go ahead, add your rope, and then you stitch following the curve. So guys, after stitching, we're going to notch, and then we're going to turn it out from that small opening that we have there. So you go ahead and turn it out. So you have to take your time doing this. After turning it out, we're going to give it a very good press, and then we're going to close this part. that we opened. So you just neatly close it, and then after ironing my fabric, I'm going to be stitching on the main part. So go ahead now to stitch all around. So you stitch like 1/2 inch all around, as you can see. Then after doing that, this is what it looks like. It really came out lovely. So I'll take my time now to give it a very good press. After doing that, we're going to be adding it on the fabric. So guys, it depends on how you want it to be. Guys, for this part, there's actually no method to this. You just have to be creative while doing this. It depends on how you want to place it. If you have a dress form or a mannequin, just place it and then you arrange the leaf on the fabric depending on how you want it to be. So I'm just trying to place mine, and then after placing, I'm also checking if this is how I want it to be. So I'll place and then check. Then at a point we had to place it on me, and then we started placing the leaf on the fabric. So I was the mannequin at the moment. So we place, rearrange, and then we did the same thing for the top part as well. So this is it. This is what it looks like for now. So go ahead now to neatly stitch this on the fabric. So guys, after stitching, I'll go ahead now to add the zip to it, and then I'll be showing us the end result. So guys, this is the end result. This is what it looks like. It's a bit big, it's not my size. I just wait for you guys to see the fit. It really came out lovely. I hope this tutorial was helpful. Please do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, drop a comment, and I'll see you guys in my next class. For now, bye.